sorry, 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 green, sorry. Mick, what color is sorry?
White sari.
White, sorry, white, sorry. Only wear a white, sorry. Can't say sorry unless you're wearing a
Dude,
sorry.
this
What?
reminds me of like the word of the day when like you say it, you know, and you're like, word of the day, it's the ending. You have like,
What's the color of the sorry, Charlie? What color are we wearing? What's the sorry?
Sowie's pink. Pink with love,
sorry,
Sowie.
pink, sorry. Only say sorry when you're wearing a sorry. Pink, sorry, pink, sorry. What color is the sorry, Adam?
We got tie-dye sorry, baby.
Tie-dye
We got a tie-dye
sorry,
sorry.
tie-dye sorry. Only wear a sorry when you say sorry. Sorry, sorry, tie-dye sorry. What color is the sorry, Jackie?
Black.
Black, sorry. Black, sorry. Only say sorry when you're wearing a sorry. Black, sorry, black, sorry. Only say a sorry, sorry.
Transparent sorry. A transparent sorry.
Transparent, sorry. Oh my God. That's too much. That's no sorry at all.
No sorry. No sorry.
What's up, Cosmic Labyrinth in the house? Woo! What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Man, you guys, things are getting heating up over here, huh?
Woo!
What do you think? I in my tune in, I was at this Disclosure Fest yesterday in it was at Los Angeles Historic Park, downtown LA. It was amazing. Like surrounded by the downtown LA, surrounded by like you can see them, and then like we're in the park, so you can see houses and stuff. And then all of a sudden you had these like dome with like sound baths going on. You had the indigenous cultures like sharing their different practices of like honoring the land. You had like desert dwellers and like liquid bloom like jamming out, and people were just flowing, and like there was yoga happening, and there was meditation. People were talking about disclosure. Like there was like a whole section that was talking about like disclosure and like, hey, what's going on? We're gonna be talking about what's going on, right, with these spaces. So it was really cool to have this in a public park. They charged people, but still it was like there was kids there that had kid stuff going on. So I tuned into a lot of parents. I was solo marketing out there, just connecting with parents, and kids were coming up to me. Obviously, I don't know why, but we exchanged information too. Some of them were like, "Can you write it down?" And I wrote down Cosmic Labyrinth. I was like, "Check it out," in the paper. So
you look like Disclosure, Indy. You're like a walking
this guy looks like Disclosure right here. Look, he doesn't get faded away. You notice?
Oh yeah, that's amazing. It's your new
He looks
face.
like he has a huge brain.
Something's hiding under there.
Mushroom brain.
Really quick, I want to thank Mick. Thank you, Mick, man, for taking charge and making that thing flow. And you're meeting tomorrow, right?
Yeah, meet him with the site. Well, I'm not sure what her role is, but you know, she's one of the landscape architects that started the project. Yeah, and gonna check it out, get some guidelines on what they need help on. I mean, they look pretty good. They haven't updated the website with how they actually look now. So the photo on our website, actually, one of the ones I took is more representative of how these test spots are looking. So I'm guessing that we're probably gonna want to do some like weeding around that area to get the area like even just clearing an area for all of us to sit and like gather and maybe do a little labyrinth, you know, and like have a shade structure, that kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah, Indy, you have that, like the photos, right? Like the ones that I took, maybe?
Photos, and if I pull this up on the side of me, if I pull this up, this is the actual like plot of land. If you guys want to see it too, I'll message it to you. And yeah, Adam, you should check this out. It's kind of cool, bro.
But pull up I shared the photos that I took of the site, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That would be more informative for us right now, but
Let's see where I can find that. Hold on.
I can also just share it in the chat.
Yeah, do that too. We'll share that with everybody later too. This is it right here. There's this one, right? This is the bench.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at my photos now. Photos,
So that-
sorry.
So that's a bench that we can make an altar as well.
There's
One
actually a
that's-
little altar right by that bench in the tree to a fellow, I guess he passed away just last year. And
Oh.
they have like a box with a notebook in it that you can write just anything in because he loved writing.
Oh,
So
I love that.
yeah. And it has like a butterfly on it. Let's see. So
So one of the things that's cool about the location is I like about it has a view of downtown LA.
exactly. Yeah.
You just made me think of like time capsule NFTs.
Yeah, exactly. There is that element in that little box. Okay.
Oh, dude, this was a cool one too. That from the top view that they took. Okay, so and also really quickly, just so we have like some sort of agenda, right? We do need to talk about. I think Mick had some things to talk about with the production sheet, which is awesome, Mick. By the way, that might like takes me back to working in Hollywood, getting the production sheet, and being like, oh shit, here we go, you know.
I got that from Frito. She was super nice to share with me that they use this at their organization, the event manager, and it was like, oh, that because I was talking to her like, we have a lot of things to do and organize and bring to site, and she's like, yeah, you need to have a hot sheet. I'm like, oh yeah, right, we do.
Yeah, and if when Tizzle you watch this, and I'll remind her too, is like with her like class, they should get tuned into this and add to this whatever they can as well.
Yeah, so some of the things in this list are like from the other organization, so we'll have to like clear out. But I've cleared out most of the like private information already. But some of the things like I don't know are not relevant. But most of the stuff I changed to be somewhat relevant to what we're doing, and then I mean, like A-frame signs, we're probably not going to use A-frame signs, but maybe we need some kind of sign. So, yeah.
We're just gonna be having somebody like doing like the sign language, American Sign Language, as we were walking by.
Yeah, exactly. While standing in an A-frame posture. Like, yeah.
Adam, really quickly on that note, how are you getting here on Saturday? What's your plan for the weekend? When are you going to be in town?
So, I'm driving from San Diego, TBD on Thursday or Friday, actually, because my wife is going to try to schedule some work meetings in LA. And so it's dependent on her work stuff. So
Okay.
That's TBD, but was going to see for Friday. Definitely, my hope is that could get together with folks for dinner on Friday. Yeah. And then on Sunday, I need to be back on Sunday. I think it's 12 or 1. I need to be back in San Diego. So, but leaving Sunday morning probably.
Cool. Okay, so maybe we could do a Sunday morning, go to the beach thing or something, you know? Cool. Okay, that's good to know. I also wanted to add that this organization, Good Karma LA, I spoke with the guy who runs it. He's a firefighter as well here in LA, and he's also Indian. He's a fellow brother, Punjabi brother. He has this nonprofit that feeds the homeless every Sunday in LA, and they give stuff out too, like along with care kits and all kinds of stuff. It's called Good Karma. Of course. And so yeah, I'll share this with you guys. So he created a spot of 15 for us. So anybody we meet on Saturday, parents, kids, any of us who want to go to this that can. I know Adam, you're gonna probably be leaving. It's at like 11, right, for like an hour or two. But we'll do this volunteer stuff as well. And this could also be like something that they can get stamped on their natal chart, possibly in our configuration thing, to be turned into some sort of heart coins or something they could redeem later. As well. And Jackie and I have been talking about that. So
What time
if Jackie
does he do
going to
this?
update people- This is I think at 11.
Okay.
It's Skid Row.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
just be another like activation like point for, for us as well. Gosh, we need t-shirts, Charlie.
So
It's here. Absolutely.
I have access to a Cricut machine. If we want to make, I don't know if we have enough time now, but definitely if later down the road for making some heat transfer t-shirts. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely put down the to-do list for the future. I mean, because we're also gonna talk more about like what else we're gonna do after this, right? Because I think we should talk about call to action afterwards when everybody's like, yeah, this was awesome. What's next, or what goes on, and how do we continue the conversation too?
For today, something that would be very helpful for my end, I would love more for us to get to a place today on like what just for Saturday, like X's and O's for Saturday. We can meet on Tuesday to talk through any future stuff. But for me, blocking and tackling for what do we need for Saturday would be very helpful for me. Because otherwise I'm oh, by the way, I do someone recommended that for our baby we get like a 360-degree camera. They're like, oh, it'd be cool. And so might find a camera and might just bring that so that we can videotape, which I have zero experience doing, but figured it's shoot point, make it fun. But that's something that I will offer for Saturday is I can have a thing and be video recording.
Nice. That'd be awesome. On the
Future dome content.
Right. Oh yeah, future dome content. Totally.
Yeah, it's future dome. We get some VR going.
I have to work out too how I can play the frequency that makes the earthworms dance. I can do snakes right now, but I haven't figured out the earthworm frequency. So if I can do that, we can get the earthworms coming out, 360 that.
You gotta have to connect it to the earth, like put something that vibrates in the earth.
Dude, I got to hear and experience a Mayan didgeridoo, like an ancient Mayan didgeridoo. It was cool. Wow, it was so cool. Very different than the didgeridoo of Africa. It's so cool, right? How they both made it separately. Sarissa. Okay, so Adam, that's important. Thank you for stating that. We've got this on the, if you go to that Google Sheet thing too, we have this we have this schedule breakdown in details, which is helpful. And there's even a start time and end time. Wait, who's good at this? How do I make more blocks in this day of?
Which one do you need? Day of?
Go to insert up above. And then like the third one over and then insert
Who's
rows.
this anonymous rabbit in here? There's an anonymous rabbit in here. Oh wait, somebody's adding stuff.
I added some.
Yeah. I am not that kind of robot. I'm a laughter robot.
So yeah, the day of we have like the whole event schedule on the other tab too. So that we'll get like more specifics for that. But I think the schedule breakdown, the second tab is kind of like any extra stuff for pickups and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so
yeah, Yeah, you see that the tab right before that on the very bottom. That's wait. Oh. Wait, everybody should be able to access it without being added, right? Oh, you want to not be anonymous, people. Aha.
I don't like anonymous people.
I think the
I'm very,
anonymous
I get
rabbit
very
is
concerned.
me. I think
I
it's
get
me,
very,
but I didn't pick that, so I guess it just labeled me anonymous rabbit. I
There's
accessed it
anonymous
from my.
crow and rabbit.
I'll explain why. It's because you guys clicked on that link, and if you click it, if you go through the access like invitation, then you're getting access through your Google account.
Yeah, yeah.
So
did
now
that,
I
though.
sent you an
It should
invitation to
be-
your email. So that's the one you want to click on.
I'll try again. That's the one I did go from,
'Cause-
but I'll
'cause
do
then-
it again.
Because then it also logs like when you added stuff, whatever, all that stuff is like, you know?
Yeah, it's because yeah, you guys weren't in the shared folder yet. That's why. Like everybody else is already automatically in that shared folder. But yeah.
All right. So we start the day. I mean, for me, I've already been taking notes about the day. I think it's super important for us to have like, you know, definitely, obviously we get there, and I have some thoughts about when the event starts and what things to do, but like maybe we should also articulate what do we do at the beginning of the day? How do we want to start the day? Any thoughts on that? Any ideas?
So if you go to the tab before that, which at the very bottom, event schedule, the very bottom tabs, that one, that's going to be like even more detailed breakdown. I already have the play shot numbers and everything in there.
Dude, Mick, dope.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
The
yeah,
last box is
that'll be more
our
where you
name,
use
right?
that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So 10 a.m. buy ice, food, flowers. Oh, I met a woman yesterday. She does all that altar flower space stuff. So that'd be cool. I just sent her an email today. She was interested in participating and volunteering. So I'll ask her if she wants to bring any flowers. So let me write that down.
Do we have a folder that has like logos and like fonts or anything that we can use for like graphics? And
can make that.
Yeah.
because I do want to put together, Indy and I talked earlier about the whole like NFT thing, and just so you guys know, our approach is to have like a business card with like a QR code on it so that people can actually scan in, and that's going to go to a marketplace on Metaplex, which will be the Cosmic Labyrinth stuff. So the aim is to, after the event, I'll meet with you guys before or after the event, but before June 28th. I'll meet with you guys to decide what NFTs you want to have available on there. It could just be artwork, just things that represent you, whatever you want. So basically people that attend, they're going to scan the QR code, and then on the new moon, which is the 28th, there will actually be stuff for them to, or they're going to register before then. Anyway, we'll figure out, but basically your stuff will be up there. But the main thing is to get the business card with the QR code.
And to not complicate it, really, it's really what we're doing is whoever comes, because some parents told me that they can only come for like an hour or two, and that's fine, right? But when they're ready to leave, a part of their, maybe it's the natal charts. Remember, Charlie, you had us all print those like blank natal charts. Maybe those natal charts, when they walk away, on the back of the corner of it can have a QR code, and that QR code goes to a jot form, right? We recommend that they go to there on the new moon, and they fill out the jot form on new moon, and that jot form is going to be basically our onboarding process for the cryptocurrency, right? For them to get on the Meta Mass, or what was the thing? The Meta, what was it called that you said? The Meta Marketplace?
Phantom wallet for the Metaplex marketplace.
Metaplex. So Metaplex is just a store, right? So they're going to be basically finding they get 500 heart coins or something for coming to this volunteer experience. If they come to Good Karma on Sunday, they get another 500 heart coins, right? And they get the QR code for that. After they fill out the job form, they can use that currency to pay for our My Laughter NFT, or Charlie's like TCM meditation, or Sarissa singing a song, and that being like something they like use the heart coins for, right? So we're just creating like an artificial marketplace, not using any money, right? But creating something that they can earn and get through those things. Just something simple, like low-hanging fruit for us to try, that we're not like overcomplicating this part. Like we should, like that's a whole space. We're simplifying that, really. That's what Jackie and I were talking about. So you guys don't have to stress about it, you know?
Sounds
So,
great.
so Jackie, I gave you access to our folder, and it has under Cosmic Marketing Flow, should have our logo.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh no, it says the anonymous rabbit is idle now, and there's an anonymous python which could get that anonymous rabbit.
Oh no, you guys, we gotta protect the rabbit.
There's a crow. The crow might be able to take out that snake.
Food, Adam, do you have any contact with Mr. Cutter?
I need to reach out to him, but I can.
Can you check in, Adam? I'll do Adam Cutter, right?
And
Food.
what's the ask
Food.
for?
Oh, when I say food, I say
Yeah.
like can we give away produce and vegetables? Like, can we have like a stand, like literally like a stand? I have a massage table too. We could bring and put it on that. But like something we could just have like a bunch of fruits and vegetables to be just giving away to people, even people walking by.
I'll ask him. What and we so
Yeah,
the
easy
event,
like me. He's great. He
I'm trying to think of logistics pickup. When would we need the food by?
Oh, good question. I mean, ideally by the time the event starts, like one, right?
But basically, ideally pick up that morning. He does they do farm boxes, so we'll I'll ask him. Okay.
Yeah. See, just let him know. You know, it's also me too. Be like the crazy Indian guy with the beard. Asher's place.
Cool.
We had dinner together and had a really fun time.
Sweet.
I also did want to talk about a couple of the logistics of the site itself. I think I'm the only person that's been there, so just wanted to discuss that with everybody. Indy, if you could go to the map, that's the tab at the very bottom. There's maps is like towards the end. Yeah. So that's more of like a topographic map with the bathroom signs and like picnic table signs. So you can kind of tell from this map that the location is a little bit isolated from the infrastructure of the park, right? So yeah, that's the Marion Harlow Memorial Grove. It's super cool. It's like a very community run little part of the park with all these test plots and the succulents and all that, but there aren't any really close restrooms. So that was one thing that I wanted to mention. Yeah, so it'd be like a bit of a hike on those trails that you see to the closest restroom, something we need to mention. And also like parking is, there is some street parking on Park Drive, like right to the left of the grove there, but it's only on one side of the street, and a lot of houses with like large driveways, kind of not a ton of street parking either. So it's kind of like we have to figure out where we might want to like try to indicate people should park. I'm guessing that even like all the way further down in the kind of Elysian Park area, and then they just kind of hike up to our site. So it's kind of like a pilgrimage, you know.
What's the hike? What does the hike look like?
So there,
And
it's
more time wise than terrain wise.
it would probably be about like a half an hour hike for like a slow hike.
So so something I noticed right away is we got a church here.
Yeah, like an alternative church. Yeah, I don't know what.
So Mick, if you go there on Monday, can you maybe like tune in with them if they would be open to like, like letting us use their bathroom.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means, the Electric Sky Church. Like, it could just be some person's house that they labeled as a church. It's because they all look like houses up there. So,
It
know.
does look like a house. But there's a number, 111. The number has 111.
yeah,
Come
maybe,
on,
maybe,
see
yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. Personally, I always do go beyond, right? And wherever you end up hitting beyond is, pretty good. So that's one thought, right? Aspect of it is there's that one that's like right there. But then, like, are there any other businesses nearby that would be, not as ridiculous?
Yeah. You mean for asking for the restroom? Yeah. I mean, unless we want to like throw up some composting toilet systems.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult, really. It's just like wood chips, really, is the main thing. Like
Wood chips,
sawdust or wood
buckets, and
chips, buckets,
toilet
and
seats.
the seat, yeah.
And a little like tent kind of things so people feel private.
Well, wherever we do tell people to meet, wherever we stay is like, here's our meeting spot. It does seem like it could help to have one of us down there at the spot, like call it on time, and then like staggered too, because like people are going to be late. That's just the reality of it. Where we can hike up together, so we could have like a wave or two of people walking up together.
We also could leave like markers, like, along the way, like something creative that's like at the bottom, like color coded, maybe chakras or something,
Yeah, I think of it as like wedding event.
Yeah.
Traffic is like no like, cosmic labyrinth event this way, but like, yeah, something, if it's not a person walking with them.
Right. So maybe that,
or even
something
the
I can
person
get
who's
to.
down there has a sign or a shirt or something, a piece of paper that says cosmic labyrinth.
Or balloon too.
Yeah, that's another question. I haven't looked into that, but like what are the kind of, I just want to make sure we're not like gonna get hammered because we are doing some big public event without getting a permit,
Mick,
so
Mick,
yeah,
Mick,
yeah.
if they say something, we'll fucking leave, dude.
Yeah,
Or not,
yeah.
we'll take our time to leave. Like, I don't want to even bother with that, because like if we worry about those things, it's gonna like become, a headache. Like we're
Yeah.
it's more of like a pop-up,
It is for sure. I honestly have no idea whether that's even an issue or not. Because I mean, people have parties in the park all the time. So
This is
Basically,
an
this
open
is a party.
gathering. This is
Yeah.
an open gathering though.
You're not charging.
Yeah.
It's a
we're not
meetup. Yeah,
charging,
it's a public meetup. It's no
Yeah.
different than, it's just a public meetup.
cool. I'm just trying to be super practical right now, guys. So
Yeah.
bear with me.
No,
The
No,
Taurus is
that
coming out.
That is, Mick, I appreciate that. We need,
Okay.
we're this is the home stretch, and I call it the red team. We need the red team.
I was
why
thinking
do you
when
do
we
red,
get
dude? Brown.
when we get there, do we want to put something like on our social media, on our website, of like a picture where we're at, so that it's easier for people to kind of find us? I mean, that's why usually when we do meetup, right? So I don't know if people are seeing us. Maybe put it on our website at least, right?
So that might be something to contemplate too. I wonder if like Tuesday or Wednesday night, we should have another meeting and get some of Tizzles volunteers and any other volunteers on board to start to allocate those responsibilities, to give them like the social media access. They can like post and stuff and do things like that, or help out, guiding people at the bottom, maybe being cosplaying a little bit. I'll go down there at the beginning and cosplay a little bit for people that are arriving, so for us to have fun with that.
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, there's an area that's a little bit closer for parking, and I've never taken this path, but I'm sure there is another, like a quick path. So which would probably only be about a 5 to 10 minute walk up from down below where there's more parking. Yeah.
What is this place? Experimental Gardens Bioacoustics Research Center. What?
What?
What is that? Hello. That looks like a big property too.
We're playing our own game.
What happened?
Who's that Pokemon?
So okay. Back to this fun list over here. So water stuff. Anyone have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, there is actually water in the grove, which they have like, there's actually a photo in that shared photos. So if we filtered it, I mean, it's city water. It's actually, there's a giant water tank right by the test plots, like huge, right?
Awesome.
So, I mean, we could drink that water. Like they have little like dog bowls there, but we could also like bring a filter and just do that. I think that might be the easiest way.
Okay.
And then maybe just bring a couple of jugs additional, you know, just fill them up.
Good idea.
Brita filter?
Brita filter, yeah, bring a Brita, yeah.
And so you can see here, we got like arriving at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
This might be some. Go ahead, Charlie.
What time does the event? What time do we see the event starting?
We're starting the event at 2.
Oh, we're starting at 2 to 5.
2 to
So do people
7.
know that if I know an event is at 2 o'clock, if you're on it, you're there a little bit, like a couple minutes early, but that means that, do people know that when they get there, they'll have to find parking and then they're going to be walking 15-20 minutes to get there? Just know it. So if meaning like we're going to have a 30-minute buffer where like we probably
I think we should have an hour buffer because 2 o'clock is really hot. And people are having lunch at like 12, 1 o'clock. I just don't imagine people like rushing to get there, you know? And it also allows us to kind of like just chill and hang out, play music, like just create a sacred space ourselves, right? Like create a vibration. So it's more for us to be ready at 2.
And so when do we want, so our first play shop then be basically just looking at the timeline here. If
this could be 3.
3 o'clock, basically a 3 o'clock and yeah, like 3, if we have 4 play shops like in our back pocket, but looking at this and just seeing where things could go, it looks like it gathering from like 2 to 3, and then our first play shop starts at like 2:50. We have welcoming, or we do our introductions, or like whatever it is then. But if we have like our first play shop at 3, and then we go from there.
Yep. Okay, is that cool? So we could start, you know, with like just doing like some, you know, whoever's there can join in. I was writing down some notes about having like kids also offer their own prayer while we do the activation of the land. And the parents can, and we could use different mythologies and spiritualities and bring all of those in. Sarissa, oh my gosh, is that kind of space that I wish you were there, because I know you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that's an opportunity for us to really just, you know, like just be hyper inclusive, radically inclusive in that activation space, right? We can honor the aliens, the interdimensional beings, all of them, whatever we need.
Stage or Palo Santo, right?
Bring some incense. So then what's the first play shop we should start with? I should pull up the other thing too, huh? Mick, since we are doing the soil stuff, like, should we do a laughter first and then soil, or like, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
Eco sensing, is eco sensing soil?
yeah, it definitely can be. I mean, I think like definitely dancing and laughing and meditating and respecting the land all come first. And then we dive into some playful tending of the land, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to being like, all right, everybody get to work, like we're gonna pull some weeds for 2 hours, like, right? So
Yeah, I definitely think like the opening of the space and the land and like getting them to laugh and tune into, their core centers is going to be really good so that they can infuse the earth then with what they just learned, like keeping that in mind.
yeah.
Beautiful.
So and Adam, do you have a particular play shop? Would that play shop be like, yeah, like, do you want a play shop specifically for the fruits and vegetables that we're able to hand out, and having gratitude, like, and tuning it into farming and soil, or do you have something you want to have like a slot for that?
So we can. Well, just sharing my friction and like maybe my self-consciousness around the food, gratitude-based food play shop is that it's very reflective rather than like fun, fiery, if that makes sense. Like it's very reflective. And so I feel friction when I imagine this type of experience and then being like, it doesn't feel like it fits in terms of energy, like, but that's just maybe my self-consciousness of like, it feels too boring.
Well, I mean, I think with any good storytelling, you don't want everything to be up. You don't want everything to be highly energetic. Things have to go up and down.
It's like,
to make a good story.
it's very intentional. If that makes it's like, it's very intentional, reflective.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, my encouragement, it's more to think about it longitudinally, right? Like what's what would happen is, it would, the very least it would be is like an experience of just us. And there's people walking by and we're just literally there's gonna be hikers walking by too, just FYI. So the experience is like you sharing this thing, it's reflective, and us like being able to then hand out that fruits and vegetables to hikers or people walking by, and it's like, that's a part of it, it's a part of that story. And so it being reflective and soft is a part of the story that combined with all the rest of us. So for you, like, what I'm asking is like, what would that window be like? And we could put it anywhere. We could put it between two highly energized experiences, like after the dancing, we could do it, or something like that.
Yeah. Toward the end feels more appropriate because the whole reflective experience is about ripple effects, and starting with recognizing the ripple effects of what exists. Because then if we're handing out food to people, it's now about what are the ripple effects we are now creating.
Yeah.
And so it's also possibly a send off from the experience as well, of like, we're now bringing ourselves, our highest light, into everything we do, and creating ripple effects with everything we do moving forward. So it's kind of using food as that awareness of ripple effects.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. And everybody's going to be so worn out by that point. It'll be good. Be like, yeah, I need something kind of more chill.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
You guys, I've been writing some awesome notes about like fungi and laughter, and like researching fungi. Like, it's been so fun.
So it could be as to just combine it with the thing that we do at the end of our fellowships, is because it's all about gratitude-based learning and innovation. So it's all around building on what we love and appreciate, rather than being like, oh, this was all bad. And this whole event is a prototype and we can open it up and just share like, this is number one, you guys participated in this, and asking people to share, like if they were to say thank you to one another, like thank you to basically gratitude as the whole, and like what are the thank yous you can give, but then also thank you to themselves. And then we can go with the food, but we can tie it specifically to the event as well. It's kind of a gratitude-based improvement for the event, which is like us getting that positive feedback loop as well of like, what did people love? And then asking, sharing a way for them to further engage with us around ways that we're going to be taking feedback and learning how we can improve this, but inviting them into that.
Mind you, Adam, I want to encourage you to remember that a lot of people, very few people are going to be here for the whole time. So especially parents and kids that come, they've already like communicated that to me directly. So
yeah,
I encourage you to think that what you're saying should be communicated throughout the event over and over and over again to everyone, right? But there's a specific time for a send off, like a or identified.
So maybe that's just at the end of each play shop is just a gratitude based, like maybe that's just baked into the whole play shop. Because right, if I'm self-conscious about my food play shop, or you're self-conscious about the fun guys and fun girls play shop, at the end of each play shop for us to have that feedback loop on thank you, like what do we love, and the full thing is like, what do we love, what are we curious to learn more about, and wouldn't it be amazing if, and people get to share their hopes and dreams and ideas for the future.
That sounds amazing. To do that at the end of every play shop.
Yeah, and the framework, it's chia, like a chia pet, which is like fun. It grows crazy fast. It stands for celebrate, understand, and imagine. And after you have imagined, now we then learn how to improve and then implement. But yeah.
So I also encourage us, like this is like small potato stuff we could figure out at the end. Let's keep in mind that I want to encourage you, what if nobody comes to this and it's just us?
We could do this with one another.
Right. So that's okay. But we can figure, that's easy for us. For us is more about thinking about how do we make this something that is also supportive to what we're doing with Cosmic Labyrinth and what the storytelling we're doing. So focus in on that, like everything we're doing. How is this serving us? And this and the kids and the parents and all that stuff is bonus. Like if we're thinking too big, we're gonna miss what this point is for us to come together and to like figure something out for what we're doing, where we're going.
Cool.
So obviously also doing the play shop, there's gonna be no computers, right? No PowerPoint presentation, obviously. No. Okay.
No. So Charlie, I put Hero's Journey and Tizzle Art, I put them together because like for me, they feel like very interconnected experiences.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I can see that. You could definitely write off of mine and go into like the art stuff for sure.
And like on the elemental guilds too, no? Like they're kind of like all like a part of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to consolidate it, right? Like so that we can be also like if we're play shopping for what we're creating too in our DAO, right? We're going to be part of this experience is starting to create our DAO. And if there's kids there, they get to participate in that, and the parents there, they get to add also what their needs are and their concerns are.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, there is also, of course, the possibility of having like a couple of stations, right? So that like there's continuously making art with natural elements, activities happening simultaneous to something that's a little maybe more reflective or intense for, if we have like really little kids, they probably want to go over to that area where they're just making things with leaves and, like getting in touch with the elements that way. So,
yeah. So is it going to be also just like more like one major stage and then some stations outside of the stage, or are all of it going to be in one place? Right.
Good point. I mean,
Because if we just make
I-
it like a side, like a basically a giant circle, and we make that the stage, and the stage is basically the entire circumference, is one idea. I just don't know how it's set up. I mean, I was seeing that, so I was thinking like, are we allowed to go in the middle section?
No.
yeah, but the middle
Um,
probably has stuff
look-
in it.
Look at the photos I sent, look at the link there for the photos, Google Photos. That's what it looks like now. And there's a lot of weeds all over the area, but those test plots are blooming. They're like beautiful. They're full of native plants, and we do not want people trampling around.
Okay,
the
so
area.
we want to be around. Okay.
Yeah. There is a hillside underneath that bench where I think if we cleared out those weeds, which we would be doing a service, if we even did it the day before, we'd be helping out the park by doing so. Then we could also use that area to kind of have it as a stage, and maybe like the labyrinth and all that.
We should
But
also understand that
right in that area right there down.
we should also understand the shading, right? Because definitely if there's at 2 o'clock, what does the shading look like? It's really bright where the stage is. That might be really difficult for us.
Well, we should do a stage under a tree anyways.
Yeah, right. So in terms of like thinking of where our stage is, that's what I'm thinking is like maybe we have like one stage and maybe stations on the side for like drinks and whatever.
Yeah. So a great place to be when it's super hot is in the very middle of the Marion Harlow Grove, which is where all the like succulents are and their big trees there. And then like that hillside area is would be a cool area to do things later on in the day, or have like a labyrinth there where people aren't going to be there all the time. So it's a little hard to tell here in some of the photos.
So this
This looks like a shaded spot.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The very middle of the grove, which is where they have the dog bowls and the water spout. So it's a pretty cool spot.
This is also where we can have like a water science talk, like a discussion about water.
Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
The power of water.
Is there any timing constraints we need to be aware of in terms of sunlight or things of that nature?
I mean, it's a hot, exposed area for the most part, except for this little grove. But luckily there is like one side of the hill there, which is going to be pretty shaded even at 2. And there's some huge pine and eucalyptus trees around the areas. So no matter what time of day, you can find some shade there. That's the nice thing about this spot. So there's no like grassy areas to sit on, like classical.
We bring big blankets.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I prefer that, because I think that we're like set up to believe that parks should have these grassy areas, and it's actually like really bad for this region. So just to think like this is how a park that's regenerating the land should look.
Nice.
Do
So
participants
with that-
know to bring blankets, or is that something that we'll
We
need to
can
bring
add that
blankets?
here. We have place blankets, mats. I definitely have one. But everybody should bring, like, all hands on deck. I have one already.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
but
I
back
actually
to-
have a
back to
ton
the-
of moving. I have 15 or 20 moving blankets.
Yeah. Those are
Now hiking those up, like that'll be all hands on deck.
No. So the thing is, for our core team, we could definitely find some parking up right on Park Avenue, which is very short walk down to the Grove. So if you look, yeah, you see that, like basically where that, oh boy, I can't really see that map very well. Wait.
But basically, there's parking there. I
Yeah,
I see the Memorial Green.
Yeah. So if you just on that main road there, on one side of the road, there's on Park Drive. Yeah. So there's parking on the side away from like the park. So there's just like a lot of residential driveways all along there. So, but we can park pretty close, or even like just stop the car right by the trailhead
Yeah.
and have somebody
unload.
guard the car, unload, and then park it later somewhere else. So
Cool.
the core team could definitely park around there somewhere. So yeah, it should be fine.
Oh, so
Cool.
so
And
in the sense of what we were
Would
talking about
anyone
earlier,
want,
with-
would anyone want to hold, like, could anyone have a use for those after the event?
The blankets?
maybe,
Yeah,
sure.
like we would just fill the trunk of our car with these blankets. But we don't, when we moved, we brought like the moving company just gave them to us. So if anyone could have a use for them afterward, blankets are open for use and gifting.
Let's put that
Yeah.
ball in the air, because Tizzles here, not here right now, so she might also have benefits of that too. So,
Okay.
Cool.
but at least plan to bring like a couple of them at the very least, you know.
Yeah.
What also, with that being said, now that we kind of see the space, it is possible to have like a art, like Tizzles Art Circus could be something that could just, once the neuroplasticity is over and we kind of start into like our like astrology hero's journey kind of like discussion, right? Like that can like kind of like branch off. If there's 2 little kids, they can go just join Tizzles Art Circle, right? And they can just start doing art. And that art could be astrological too, right? They can still be doing stuff close connected to that. But like the other ones everybody else can stick around, including us, and start to like, we can start discussing how do we create this journey for ourselves and for others. And then integrate that into Tizzles Art Circle. What do you guys think about that?
Mm-hmm.
So we joined the little kid. So we eventually joined the little kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I took a photo of like some of the big branches up there too, which could be like cool to do some bigger type things. Like Charlie mentioned the labyrinth. And that if we had teens involved, then we could do some things with like these bigger kind of branches, you know, parts of trunks almost. Yeah, like right there, all those kind of falling. Those would be so fun to like make something out of. Right. So yeah. So I can bring some tools for that. Yeah.
So how did you do that, Charlie? Can you make another between this 5 p.m. and 6 p.m.? Can you make another what the heck,
Labyrinth?
dude?
Labyrinth?
Cannot speak. No, to like underneath the 5 o'clock one.
Wait, do what? Do
Under-
another play shop?
Between 5 and 6, can you create a space?
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, space. Okay. I thought you were like talking about a play shop. Yeah, let me
Add it. So Mick, what you're saying there too, right? When the eco-sensing and tending the land, like I imagine like that's like, at least when I worked on the farm, what was really fun is giving different people different tasks. And maybe those tasks can be based on what astrology they are too, right? And so when you're saying like, oh, like doing stuff with the branches, doing art, that could like, you know, be like a group of, you know, like, so basically we're kind of sending people off. All right, here, like who's doing the weeding, or your team is doing that one, right? So we can kind of send people off based on astrology. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
And people are not married, they can go and do that and then they can leave it and do something else, right? We don't have to, it doesn't have to be like control oriented. Branch art, branch, labyrinth art, right? Branch. Maybe altar making, right?
Yeah.
There. Like how they have that tree, they create a thing, we can leave something there for a cosmic labyrinth, you know? The community can create something. Anything else with that? Am I missing something here with this stuff? Oh, I'm missing this one.
Who was supposed to do that one? Who was planning to do that one?
I mean, I I envisioned it more like a discussion, like just because I remember when we had homegirl Trinity, like when she led a play shop, the
Oh,
rock
girl.
art painting thing,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
spent like half the time talking about water on her own, like talking about the why water is important, and like she like was describing it so beautifully. So like it'd be cool to make this a more Socratic discussion. That's more like just all of us co-facilitate it,
Yeah, yeah.
So this could be like maybe after the art, the working, like after we're done working and whatever, maybe, and I can make this like a dance, like we could do a dance, like dancing with water. We could do a dance discussion, we'll dance a little bit and then we'll discuss, dance a little bit, discuss, dance a little bit, dance and discuss at the same time, dance, discuss.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking we can use that as like, if we're talking about the 4 elements separately too, right? Because that's one of them. So we can go the whole forming elemental guilds.
Yeah.
Because that's like, why water being an elemental guild? Well, that's probably where they get these abilities, right?
Yeah. So this could be water. What did I write on the website? Dancing, water. Shoot, I forgot, guys. What was it?
Water being.
By the way, did you guys notice anything about the website? Did anybody play around with it?
No, not yet.
There's a bee that you can click on right here. And this guy will fly around. But you got to click him. You guys know that?
No.
So this guy right here, you have to click him in order to make him go. And these are some of these have links, and these guys do that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm just feeling a lot of pressure.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh, it's playing one of the videos.
Oh, it was that commercial thing. Oh, so what do we call dancing with water? Okay, so do a dancing with water thing around here.
We could do dancing with the elements.
Okay. Cool. And then there's something else that was on here. What was it that I wrote? Oh, this sound bath drum circle. So I was feeling like near the sunset would be great for that, right? Like as our event ends, basically, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're not like it'll still be pretty sunny until like 8, so like we'll stay here and we're trying to leave at 8, but I imagine we're not going to be out of there until 9 at the very I don't think I'm going to be leaving there by 9 personally. Oh, damn, dinner's going to be amazing, you guys. We should go to like Sage or something, go somewhere awesome and just pick out.
Sage is right by. Yeah, exactly.
So an 8. So it's a little blur. I'm just looking at the shared screen here, Indy.
Oh, why is it blurry? Oh, is it probably my connection?
Yeah, it is blurry. Yeah.
So timing wise, 2 o'clock, people are starting to show up. Our first play shop is at 3. We have play shops from 3 to 6:30, and then I guess I'm missing the 7 to 9 o'clock, the 2 hours.
7 to 9 is 7 will be more like I personally like really I love to play the drums in beautiful places like that, like my djembe, and just tune in. But like I have 7 bowls, like 7 like Tibetan bowls to set up, so I can by myself lead a sound bath. But if you guys want to join in and play ukulele,
I would love that personally, because we're gonna have a lot of time of people rolling in, and we want to attract people that are like, "What's this? Like this looks I am eager to have that at the beginning of like from that 2 to 3 window where
Well,
it's
well,
like
well,
we're
Well,
vibing.
well, Adam, we're gonna do that as well. But the 7 o'clock is more like a come down. The like 2 o'clock is more like a pick up. It's basically
Yeah.
starting and ending with ceremony, right? Like it's sacred. It's indigenous practice all around the world is to like do an ardas, like start with like a prayer and to end with a prayer, right? It's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing complicated. It's having both the best of both worlds.
Well, just raising some friction that I have is the thought of being in the sun for 8 hours throughout the day and then being like, all right, we now have another hour. So just putting that out there as
I mean, I
Yeah.
wish we could. I wish that sentiment could be shared with all the farmer workers that are out there working in the sun all day long to bring us food every day that we don't even think for a moment like, fuck, they're in the sun for 10 hours a day and they're doing this. When I was farming, I was out there for like 10 hours sometimes in the sun, like farming.
But keep in mind
Maui.
that these are play shops, not let's now try to embody the feeling of sacrifice and work.
This is way different than work right here. This is
Yeah.
For me, this seems like a lot of fun, you know? If we're not having, Adam, I encourage you during any of this, if you're not having fun, you should not be there. You should like go for a walk, go take care of yourself, go to the jacuzzi, whatever you need to do, feel better. But like for this event, like we have to show up and we have to be in the best of spirits and be embodying play and joyful activation, right? For whatever we're doing, like, you know, and if you're tired, we should also be leaning into that. Like if you're exhausted, you're in the sun. I mean, thank you, Mick, for tuning in. There's water there. There's shade there. You could lay down and do a shavasana. If you don't know how to do a shavasana, somebody at this event will know how to do a shavasana, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, it is. It's a really gem of a spot, actually. I'm super excited to have found it. There's a lot of community care has already gone into it, you know, so it's, yeah, I'm excited to meet this coordinator tomorrow and just learn more about all those intentions. So there's signs all over about like the community to save Elysian Park. I forget the exact acronym, but anyway, they're doing a lot of planning and stuff. So there are nice shady spots for people to kind of just retreat to. Yeah.
And on top of it, Adam, when you say you want the activation at the beginning for people walking, like I said, nobody's going to be there except for us the whole time. So if we're lucky, I mean, it'll be awesome if people do stay. That's a great testament, but I don't expect that. So we need to make noise before, we need to make during, we need to make noise at the end. That's a part of our marketing, right? Like at the end of the day, how are people going to know about us? Is if we're making noise. Sometimes the noise is by literally working with the land. Like that is noise too. Like when people see us, like taking care of the soil there, getting rid of the weeds, that's going to be big, huge, awesome. Doing art with the branches, whatever it is, right? But at the beginning, we'll have drums and we'll have an activation of the land. At the end, we'll have an activation of the land and thank and have gratitude for it too as we leave. That's both important, you know? There's people at the end of the day that won't know us. They're going to be hiking, you know, before sunset.
But I just wanted to say thank you for, I think we should definitely at this point be bringing up anything that like, you know, sparks a little friction, because this is the time, you know, just to be able to discuss it together.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping, you know, because Allie's 8 months pregnant, and so that's part of I was envisioning like, oh, she would be able to come to this, but realistically, being out in the sun for 7 hours, you know, with bathroom not exactly close by, not ideal for an 8-month pregnant woman.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man. Get that baby energy.
So is
Yeah.
Tizzles only play shop that might need some things like paper and stuff to draw on?
Yeah. Yeah. What about the hero's journey? Are you gonna have anything like natal chart stuff?
Yeah. I mean, since if it's all of us, at least all of us, and I have all of you guys' chart, I can print those out. But anybody else, I'd have to.
What about that blank one that we did when we met up at Mushroom Farm?
Yeah, I can definitely still bring that. It's just like one sheet.
Is it possible, Charlie, to get that one made? Like maybe you and Jackie could coordinate to get like a QR code for the jot form on that natal chart?
Yeah, the blank one. Yeah, that's easy to do. I just
right, Jackie?
Need to get the QR code.
Yes, the only thing I wanted to bring up, and India and Charlie, I'll send you guys both this. So there's these things called soulbound tokens, which are commemorative only, and they have no like trade value. It's just for someone. It's good for like health documents, academic records, something. Remember when I told you guys, why would you go to a concert and then like say I got this thing and then try to sell it on a secondary market? This eliminates that. However, there's like tons of rules about what type of information you would want to upload to that. So I'm all for the astral DNA charts. I'm just nervous about putting people's like actual birth dates like on it. But if it's just the symbol or graphics of it, I think we would be fine. But Charlie, you and I can coordinate sometime this week and figure out what's like impersonal enough.
Yeah, we can probably do something that builds up to that, because that should be more like, that's like a reward where you like learn all that, right? And it builds up to this like open NFT, or like, combined NFT. But until then, we can break it up into smaller pieces for them, so that they don't have their birthday up there if they don't want to.
I'm also contemplating like more like simplicity perspective is like, rather than giving people a business card, if they like are just walking by or they join us and they're curious of the astrology stuff, or somebody who registers and comes, right? At the end of the day, like they walk away with at least at the very, if not like the other gifts that I'm going to be giving you crystals and all kinds of stuff, but like anything else, they walk away with a natal chart. And they could do whatever they want. The kids could have drawn on it, whatever they want. But at the bottom is a QR code. And that QR code is the jot form, Jackie, so they can register the proper way, right? And that's a whole separate thing, right? But just creating some sheet to give them of their natal, and they could do their natal however they want. We could talk about that, right? We are gonna do ours, obviously, but like kids can do it however they could draw on it, they could poo-poo on it, whatever they want to do, But at the bottom is a QR code that still they can redeem later on, and that's 500 karma, that's 500 heart coins, whatever, I don't care, right? 500 cosmic labyrinth coins, whatever you want, I don't care, doesn't matter right now.
Right, so but do we need to know what that is before, or are we saying that it's just gonna link to something and then later on we could change it?
If we link it to a jot form, then we could that's what it's linking to. And then the jot form is where people put more information and data in, whether it's their like, we can decide, do we want their address, do we want their natal chart, whatever, we can decide what do you want. How do they get access to the currency? So that has to be thought proof. Is it a parent that's accessing it? Great, fine. As a parent, how many kids do you have? Like, why are you doing this? What's your intention?
So then
Charlie, here's our DAO ethics. This is why we're coming together this Saturday. We need to come up with ethics. So this is our ethics, and you agree to this if you want this currency.
So
right?
Will we have all that information beforehand, or we just need the QR code that goes to
We're developing this. We're developing this.
All right. So Jackie, do you have enough to kind of just make the dummy QR code?
Yeah. And I think what Indy is touching on too is you guys can think of it this way, that like this QR code is leading to a jot form that's going to introduce people to like your future stuff. So right now they're getting to meet you, and someone might be like, "Oh, I really."
Page. Yeah.
What's that?
It's a landing page for them, and we're just gonna slowly build up this page.
It'll be a form that's like, we want continuing relationship with you, but then also I would think of it like, oh, they're gonna meet Indy, and the kids might be like, I want to work with him, or Charlie was really cool, I want to redeem my stuff for his stuff. But you guys are gonna have like the opportunity to put whatever you want up as NFTs, so it can be like educational material that they're cashing in for, so to speak.
So you go straight to the NFT platform for that.
It'll go to the Jot form, which will basically just be like our first point of contact that they're interested in going in some type of journey with us, each individually under the Cosmic Labyrinth umbrella.
Okay.
So like somebody else might redeem their NFTs because they want to get with Mick about the eco sensing or something. But then we're one platform offering individual services, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, like I've noticed when I give business cards away that had value on them, like people kept the business card because it had art on it. And they like actually would put it in places because of the art that I had on my business card. So like people having it literally their natal chart and they created it themselves at this event, even if it's a parent or a straggler, they're going to keep this just for the sake of like doing something about themselves. So that now they're going to have that QR code whenever they want to look back at it, right? So
Is this a QR code that, let's say a thing gets dropped and some random person picks it up and clicks on the QR code? Is this a, call it, possible marketing funnel for them to understand what we're about? Or like, I'm just trying to visualize what would a stranger
it just
see.
goes to a Jot form, meaning it's going to a form where they have to like submit information. And part of that information, I hope that we can add is our DAO, is to be like, these are our ethics and our agreements. Check, I agree. Check, I agree. Check, I agree. And then you're on to the next stage. Now we can review those together. And we can do it publicly or privately. We can look through our submissions and be like, this person feels good. This person I have friction against. Why do we have friction against this person? So we can,
I
doesn't matter
love
who.
that. Yeah, I love that when you click on it, almost it being like, welcome to the blank. And it's like, what is this exciting future that we're talking about? And it's like, I agree to this. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah, I do agree with that way of being and this way. I agree to this. I agree to this. And by the end of it, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm very down with whatever this welcome to the Cosmic Labyrinth. It's like, I agree. It's like, yeah, I want to be part of this. And it's put in your name. Cool.
And hopefully
then, yeah.
after Charlie teaches this dope ass class, we'll all be pretty versed in like walking up to anybody, parent, kid, whoever, and showing them this natal chart piece of paper with our QR code on it, showing it to them and showing them, oh, here, let's do yours real quick. And they're like, oh my God, that's cool. And like, here, keep it. This is your natal chart. And they're like, oh, and by the way, here's at the bottom is your golden ticket, to like enter this community.
Indy, when you just said QR code, I swore I heard you say hero code. And now I'm like, oh, this needs to be the hero code.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I love that. Write that down. Let's forget. We're not going to say QR code anymore. F that. When I say hero code, y'all know what I'm talking about.
QR code.
Yeah, code.
Hero code. Hero code.
That goes perfect with the Indy was like, they need anime characters. Kids will love that. So if their avatar is like an anime, so he'll have his hero code.
Dude, where this is a whole universe. I was just still thinking about it, where it's like, welcome to the Cosmic Labyrinth, and people could be like, what the fuck's the Cosmic Labyrinth? And it's like, I agree to these things that excite you, and it's like, enter the Cosmic Labyrinth. And it's this world, and Charlie was just gracious enough to walk me through the story, the quest, the expansive quest. And yeah, this is awesome. It's like the Pokemon Go. It's like one of the many ways to tie this quest into the real world.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
This is a little unrelated, but I just dropped in the chat. Women in Weapons is an NFT project that like Gary Vee just picked up. It's getting really noted. But if you guys read it, it says season 1 and season 2, and you can see the whole storyline of it and like how they kind of write working through. Like it's a really good example of tying digital assets to a game that has this like talking storyline.
Wow.
I laughed I laugh because I have a lot of doubts and concerns about Gary Vee and him doing anything for women.
I
is
actually,
makes
yeah,
me
I
laugh.
don't even like this project. I can't stand that almost every project they're like tits are hanging out, they got weapons now. I don't get it, but it's a good story and example of inputs. We can do much better.
Nice. Okay, so thanks whoever wrote Tizzle catalyzes, Mick catalyzes. I like that, dude.
Yeah.
That's cool.
We're the catalysts.
Cataracts. Catamarans. Let's see. Okay, cool. You guys, I really like this like rundown. This is dope. And then Mick, this is Adam. Adam, what do you want to say? Catamaroons? Catamaroons. Adam, can you catamaroon that?
I'd love the catamaran.
Charlie Katax. Nice.
This is fun. I like the way that you've grounded this, Indy, with too, like this at the end of the day is we're getting together and hang out in person for the first time. And like, what would be a really awesome afternoon for us that people can pick up on the awesomeness that we're having together and like, yeah, come join the fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first DAO on site. This is our first DAO on site. And it's an open source on site.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many DAO communities can say that?
It's a model though that we're working on with Onora with Farmers Footprint too, is our, call it, advising session is also an info session. So it's an open, our advising session is open, and that also serves as a, hey, if you want to get involved, you can now join the next one.
Mm.
Nice. Hey Mick, a quick thing before I forget too. Since you don't live too far away, but do you think if you can print out some of those flyers, can you put some of them in like coffee shops or yoga studios around that area, Elysium Park?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it would be more effective down like closer to where I live, actually, because that's where people are. So yeah, the people that would go to this are going to be the people that like are around where I live, and then
Oh really? Okay.
yeah, because Elysian Park is kind of isolated for like the everyday kind of walker by, so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I could put a few like a couple of polls up there too, like closer to the actual site, the people that just like know about the site. And
Oh, this place is dope. This Frogtown spot. I've been there.
oh yeah, that's
right here. Spoke. This bicycle cafe is huge, dude. The
Yeah,
Spoke
yeah.
one, that would be a great spot to put it.
definitely, yeah. And I was thinking about like Stories and Sage, places that are really just a couple of doors down from me. So yeah.
Big time. Yeah, thank you. And I'll reach out to Tizzle too and see if she can, maybe see if any of her volunteers can like do any of that, as well. That'd be helpful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of value in like tuning into communities that are already nearby,
Yeah, exactly.
Larchmont's right there. Cool.
Yeah, Larchmont. And the cafe that I shared with Adam, that's really very close to our site actually. And it's, my wife and I really like it. It's just kind of like an outdoor-ish cafe, but like has a lot of, it just feels like you're in a garden, so it'd be a good place for people who need a retreat. They can just kind of walk down the hill to that too. Or drive down.
Indy,
Yo.
in regard to Eric Cutter and food, since the conversations evolved a little bit on what we might be picturing for Saturday.
Right.
How are we seeing our ask evolving, if at all?
I mean, he had shared this with me, with our campaign team, right? When we were like campaigning for mayor, he was like, hey, if you guys want to pick up, like, he's like, I always have like so much fruits and vegetables, even though he donates a bunch of it. He's like, if you ever want to come and pick it up and just give it to like food deserts up in LA, he's like, you're welcome to. And we were actually going to purchase a food truck and just use it as a campaign truck and just give away fruit, vegetables and fruits from Eric Cutter's farm. So that's what he had shared with me. Like, and he was like, this is despite him donating so much food already. So that being said, that he has this extra quantity of fruits and vegetables and he wants to give it away to people in need, like that might be cool to be like, hey, we want to be able to give this to the community. Whatever we don't end up giving away, we'll just end up going down to Echo Park or something, and wherever there's people in need, we can just give it to them, you know? And
it can be brought on Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday.
What's the name of the event on Sunday? Because I can share that with him too, is that we're gonna give away to people that come to this event, and then the rest, the Good Karma LA. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Good Karma they're pretty awesome. I went and checked them out. They're doing good work.
Okay.
Oh, Eric Cutter is the guy who was in this documentary. I think I shared it with you guys.
The light one.
Yeah.
The light one.
Yeah, the grow.
So Mick, the reason why I'm here is because of that documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watched that documentary, and it was at a time when I was, we had just launched a private version of Onora as basically like a carbon offsetting thing, and my friend had asked what would happen if you led with love instead of fear. Like everything was very fear-based, and then everything with George Floyd was unfolding, everything with COVID was unfolding, and I was like jumping from one thing to another, questioning like, why am I doing what I'm doing? And like, I watched that documentary though, and I was like, I need to figure out how to help this get everywhere. His socks box. And so I just reached out to him and said like, my background in market research and marketing strategy. And I said, like, I don't know how, but I need to help you. And somehow, and so he picked up the phone and we spoke, and he was like, have you heard of Zach Bush? And I was like, no. And he was like, look up Zach Bush and then let's talk again. And it was like let's just say, watch way too many Zach Bush videos, and then had to watch Avatar after. It was basically like, wow, we are deeply connected. And there's more craziness that unfolded, but yeah, that I wouldn't be in this space whatsoever if it wasn't for that documentary.
Wow. Wait, so this is the Pharmacy of Light one?
Oh,
or
you just watched Pharmacy of Light?
Or no, I just watched The Need to Grow.
But yeah, so which one? Need to Grow.
Need to Grow. Okay,
yeah, it was The Need to Grow. Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. Crazy ripple effect. So, well, I'll share a very quick crazy story that unfolded is, when he said to look up Zach Bush, the video I found was like a 2-hour podcast. And I was like, all right, I need to block off some time here. And at the time, I'd been searching for a question that like could help people connect and like help people empathize with another living being, and basically landed on the question of like, how can I try to create a positive ripple effect right now? And that's when I was like, if someone can imagine that something that they're doing right now is creating a chain reaction in someone's life, and I need to imagine their point of view and what can help breathe more life into them, like maybe that's a question. And so I pulled up the video of Zach Bush, and I hope this makes sense. You know those like Whoop fitness trackers?
Yeah.
So I was wearing one at the time, and I pulled out my phone to like look at my sleep, and nothing showed up on the screen. It just says like, go collect some data. I was like, it's never said that message before. It just said, go collect some data. I'm like, all right, that's weird. And I pulled up the Zach Bush video, and 30 seconds in, he was like, yeah, you just got to go collect some data. And I was like, all right, this is nuts. So I closed the Zach Bush video and I like went to go pilot this ripple effect concept by like just calling some friends and was like, hey, I'm trying to do this thing around ripple effects, and more or less like collecting data on what are the things that other people say or do that make you feel more seen, heard, valued, loved, and appreciated. The things that for you create positive ripple effects through the lens of, if you're as a teacher, as a partner, as whatever lenses you see the world through, crowdsourcing those positive ripple effects. And yeah, we've kind of just run with it. But it's, that video is created a whole lot of ripple effects in my life.
Wow. Amazing.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Mick, should I get a tent from Community Healing?
Yes, I think we definitely should have a tent as well as the trees to provide shade. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to jump in 4 minutes here. Is there anything on my end? Because right now I'm planning, we can message on WhatsApp about any get-togethers or anything on like Friday night, if anyone wants to get together, but otherwise Saturday, bringing blankets. I'm going to reach out to Eric Cutter and just continuing to let people know.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Cool. And then in terms of meeting this week, by the way, just being transparent like this, yeah, I can talk during the day, but in the evenings until Thursday, I cannot meet. I won't be able to meet. So I can connect though during the day. If Indy and anyone, that would be helpful.
And I'm heading to Austin tomorrow for 3 days. And so I'm going to be kind of tied up at a conference, but
Literally tied up. What kind of conference is this?
It's a breastfeeding conference.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So
It's a new method. It's a new methodology. Hands-free breastfeeding.
You get tied up.
It's actually called, the title of the conference is latching in the 22nd century.
Latching in the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subtitled Look Ma, No Hands.
I'm definitely doing a lot of what's that? I don't even know what the word is, dude. I'm moving through a lot of my inner child work at this conference. Very deep inner child work. It's like, Mom, why'd you have to go far away from me? Why'd you have to stop?
Well, on Tuesday we have an intro to childbirth class, so maybe you'll be able to share some wisdom around the breastfeeding piece when we see you next.
I asked the organizers, 'cause I'm giving a keynote speech at the event, right? So I was like, I messaged them like, can I go to the other workshops and stuff, even though I'm not like a nurse or healthcare provider or social worker or whatever in the breastfeeding space? And they're like, of course you can. And I'm like, holla. I will have a lot of wisdom and knowledge, Adam, for you guys. No worry. I'll be taking notes, very detailed notes.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
awesome. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Oh, yeah, Mick.
Well, no. It was actually a question about when Charlie was arriving, but it might be relevant for all of us to hear.
Yeah. I think Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be here
what time?
Wednesday early, like around 11, 12.
11, 12. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm still looking for something to do because Indy won't be there. I'm hoping Tizzle will be around, but on Wednesday.
I'll be around.
Yeah, so okay. Let's hang out. I'll give you more detail. So Wednesday and then Thursday, Indy will be back, and then I guess I'll be hitching a ride with him wherever he is.
Okay, where are you staying?
Wherever Indy is at. But on Wednesday, I still don't have a place yet. So I'm looking for somewhere to go, whether it's a friend or somebody.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. We don't have a lot of space in our place, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd offer to put you up here. It's like a studio apartment. Okay. I'll put out some feelers to see if anything comes up too.
But yeah, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I mean, let's definitely do something as whoever is around. I definitely would love to hang out and do more stuff, like deep diving into like the bigger picture of what this can be after the event.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to even just go to the site before the thing.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
if you guys want to get together on Thursday or Friday.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, Friday for sure. I mean, I'm around Fridays, so let's definitely go. Maybe even stop at some places to like let people know last second about coming. You know,
Yeah.
wherever parents come together, right?
okay, Adam, see you. Hi.
Will you
Yeah,
put
we
my
can.
face on like an iPad and put me on like a Segway or something? I can just like roll around the park.
You could be our residential robot. Our cosmic
Yes.
robot.
Yes.
Come make NFTs, children.
Yeah, a drone would be more appropriate for the site. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, your
We should
face on a
definitely
drone.
though have you when we're talking about like the bigger conversation around the NFT crypto, because I mean that's now you can see after seeing like the bigger project, you can see how compelling it is to actually really have the NFT crypto backbone to really make this like really successful.
Yeah, and if you guys do any, I know you guys will all be in person, but I can always like dial in, or if someone just wants to have me on like a conference call or whatever, I'll be around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to contemplate even whether you want to do a live one or you can like record it and just like we can play it like through Zoom or something there. But if you want to like have have some sort of like small, fun, cute presentation on like what would make sense for kids to understand this, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a tough question right now.
it could be it could be like what we just talked about just an hour ago, right? Or a couple hours ago, like just that simple thing of like, hey, did you like Indy's thing, laughter? Like, did you like mixed thing, right? We're gonna do mixed thing later or whatever, right? Like, if you like any of these teachers, how can you support your teachers, And so we're gonna create a way for you to support your teachers, right? And like also access their knowledge, right? So whatever, like just simplifying it.
I think I can embed videos too in the jot forms. So like when they do the QR code and go, it could like play a video before they fill stuff out too. And I can definitely make sure the jot form is like clear and like everyone knows what they're doing and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge. Cool. Do we have any other things? Orders? Do we have any business order? Any business order? Charlie, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll talk to you separately about other stuff.
Okay.
I really quickly want to add a couple of things too. I forgot to mention this, that like somebody told me they're gonna give me some, like they have these like tinctures they make for eczema and skin stuff, with tree resin, right? It's like all natural or organic ingredients. And so that's something we can give away. If I still don't know, should we do a gift bag? Like how can we, like, it would be really good to honor the kids that show up, the parents that show up, and be able to give them something along with that natal chart. But like crystals, like I have a bag of crystals here. We can I can get some more and just have some crystals in the bag, have some like that tincture, anything else we want to add. I have brought you stuff still. We can put brought you thing in there.
You have mine still, or did those?
I have still yours. I have yours.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, we should, just share those. Yeah. That'd be good.
Right.
Yeah.
And then that also gives me a call to action this week. Like I just met a bunch of people yesterday. I'm going to reach out to them, but like there's so many local small business owners that might be aligned with what we're doing. So, who can we be like, hey, do you want to come and just participate and like also share if you want to share,
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're brown or whatever, be nice, brown or black, like giving more people an option to be in this space be nice, right? It could be anybody, but just saying. It's always so expensive. It's expensive to do stuff at festivals and stuff,
Yeah. There's actually a nursery near us, Logan's, the only Black-owned nursery in this, like in District 13, I think, and they're like super cool. Yeah, it's called Logan's, I think. But basically, they're like maybe 12 blocks away from us, something like that.
Cool.
So We've gotten a lot of stuff from them. They're just amazing plants, amazing heirloom plants. So it'd be
Cool.
kind of interesting if they're interested in like sharing some of their knowledge or just a couple of plants or something like that. But yeah,
Okay.
think about that.
All right. That's a good one. Charlie, you too, man. Or if Aaron knows anybody.
Oh, in terms of, yeah, bring out there, yeah.
Anybody wants to just sponsor, like put something in, like, you know, like a gift bag.
You gotta reach out with people in LA.
Mm,
There's a House of Intuition.
oh yeah. That's possible. But they'd like feel like too corporate-y.
Yeah.
And then I'm fudge. I wish I wasn't. I'll be back Thursday, so it kind of like throws a bummer in there. I can't go places throughout this week. But like farmers markets always have people, you know, like that are like doing their own businesses, and they have their farmers market, so they can definitely use being able to share if there's like, you know, sugarcane juice or something, you know,
Okay.
because they can always sample it to people, and then people can buy it if they want, and that's on their own, you know, but they can sample it for people.
I mean, that's something we can do when you come back.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Well,
not that much
yeah.
time, but yeah, we can try.
But yeah, Mick, if you happen to go to anything, I'll say something to Tizzle too. Like if you guys go anywhere, if you're at a why am I not? If you're at a farmer's market this week, you know, just like think about that when you're meeting people out there. So
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
or probiotics, like somebody who has like good probiotics. Like there's like people are doing like good probiotic like in the farmers markets now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was just like go around and ask people how they're pooping. Like, hey, you have good probiotics? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, come on down. We have a earth toilet, so please bring your
Exactly. We're selective. We're like, only good poop.
we're naturally selective.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if we say, yeah, we're doing this for kids, I mean, hopefully a lot of people appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a key part there, you know, is really who are we doing it for?
Beautiful. All right. Wait. Okay. Yeah. I mean, so we're gonna meet on Tuesday again. Or-
So I can't, Corey,
can't,
but you,
okay.
if you guys need to, I mean,
Okay.
it would be nice. It would be nice to coordinate some sort of meetup like that this week, and then at least if there's any potential volunteers, they can come to that.
How about we do Thursday evening then? Let's have a little like.
You know?
Yeah. Let's actually. Well, we're gonna be in person, so those of us who are in person, and then we have a Zoom in with everybody else who's not on site. How
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, okay, because we I think that by that point we'll also have I mean, I'm gonna have gone to the meeting with the lady, Tess Platts lady, so get a better sense of what Jenny's guidelines are for that, and like that'll help kind of understand how we're gonna work in the space and play in the space.
So I get in at 6:20, so 7 p.m. Thursday.
Wait, where do you fly in at 6:20? That's a little early for you to meet then, isn't it? 7?
I fly in at 6:20 p.m.
I feel like, I mean, unless we meet you at like Laguna del Rey, it's like kind of fast. No, maybe like 7:30.
I mean, I don't care, but 7:30, fine.
just you know, so you're not rushing.
Okay, I'm not Russian. I'm Indian.
Exactly.
So you're coming in from LAX, right?
Yeah, I'm coming to Alex.
Yeah. Okay. So we're meeting up somewhere nearby there Thursday.
Yeah.
Where are you staying, Indy?
Marina Del Rey.
Malibu area? Oh, Marina Del Rey. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you say you're moving to Malibu afterwards? No, Hawaii.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because last time I think you said Hawaii, and then I was like, I think you said Hawaii. No, okay. You said Malibu?
I don't know anything.
Maui, Malibu, just something with an M.
I know, right?
Manhattan,
Yeah.
Magical bus. I don't know.
Manila.
Oh, Manila. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so
So we're
we'll
gonna
skip
put-
Tuesday and plan
Manila, so I
Thursday.
can play 5-on-5.
So we can plan for Thursday, and then
Yeah.
coming.
I'll send a Zoomy out Thursday.
Zoomy.
A Zoomy. And yeah, dude, by the way, you guys, it was so fun yesterday, like talking to parents about this. They were so excited. Like when I was telling them, like they like got like literally like eyes got like, what, you're doing this? It's awesome. This is where kids need. So cool to meet, especially because these parents were like self-selecting by showing up at this festival, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like that's something we should think about in the future, is going to these like spiritual yoga, whatever, consciousness festivals, and like having a booth or having whatever, like, and actually that's where we're going to do our best marketing, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Having a labyrinth.
Having a labyrinth, like literally we could ask to create an art labyrinth, and that's our station, you know?
I can
Yeah.
make an labyrinth pretty quickly if we want to go to a place. Like that's why I was asking whether or not I had time to like make something over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying if we go on Friday, we could probably like start it,
Yeah.
and then
I
we
just
could,
need string. We can cut up some of this wood and use that as like guides on put on the ground.
yeah, exactly.
And I'll bring the chocolate on Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think what else to bring. I'm just gonna bring whatever clothes, but I think I'm gonna bring like the board game. Anything
Yeah.
else? Are you? That's it.
Legolas?
Oh no, definitely not. I don't mean to bring the cat. Cat attack.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anything you want to throw in a kit, that like any small items that could be thrown into, but you already have stuff in the kits, right? Like from the other cosmic kit.
No, I never really finished any of it. I mean, it's really cards. If we really were going into cards, I never kind of like.
You could put some needles in there. You could put some acupuncture needles.
Yeah, I don't need to be hearing about how we got kids. To
No,
needles.
we'll just pay off whatever committee that is in the government. Come on, don't you know how the business is
Of
done these
course.
days?
Yes.
We'll just pay some lobbyists.
Yes.
Uh,
But yeah, do you guys want? I can bring some needles. We do some stuff if you guys need it. I know Indy, you can always appreciate it.
I always need. I'm always in needles of needles. I'm needling some.
I'll bring my needles.
yeah.
I
Great.
will needle for work.
We'll do the play shops with like Hellraiser style, you know, with a bunch in my head, like.
My name is Pinhead. Ah, you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Indy, hello.
Lost D&D.
Other than that, yeah, Charlie, I think you're good.
Okay,
Now I'm back.
sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, is there any? I have some string. If that's like any old string will do. Then
Yeah, anything to help with measuring because you need it to like go around a full circle, right? To create the circumference. That's what I need it for.
Okay. I'll go get some string.
Cool. Awesome, guys.
Add that to the list. Awesome.
Cool. Indy,
All
did
right.
you need to still chat afterwards?
Nope, I'm good, bro.
Okay, cool.
Jackie, are you good?
I just have one really quick question. On the website, the logo with like the egg and the heart and like the crosshairs, was that created or was that like taken from somewhere?
It's from the deck that I showed you. So is that not available as a logo? It doesn't have the egg there, right? Is that what's missing?
The only reason I'm asking is if we technically NFTs are publishing, so I just want to make sure there's no like copyright stuff, or if you guys are open to me like just recreating it, maybe like a little cleaned up. But if like that's what you want to use, I just want to make sure I'm not like.
Oh yeah. No, you can definitely recreate it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, the idea is just a heart and an egg with the 4 lines.
And then the lines inside, is that supposed to be like electromagnetic energy from the heart, or is that like a maze that
It
they
was
draw?
kind of like, no, it was just meant to be like the 4 elements split up. So it's like a kind of like a quadrant of 4.
But like inside the heart, there's like lines that sort of like emanate in it. Hold on, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Just these like the.
Yeah. Oh, that's the yes. Okay.
Labyrinth, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to have it like a full labyrinth. It could just be a heart, because that labyrinth you have to make an actual labyrinth logo, which yeah.
So that's what these lines are in here.
Yeah, but we probably don't need it, because unless you want to make like an actual heart labyrinth, which is similar to that.
Mick,
I think just a heart by itself.
Oh, right, because it's not an actual labyrinth, right? It's kind of
Yeah. I mean, it's considered a heart labyrinth, but like I just used it. But yeah, that I would rather use a regular heart and not the labyrinth. That gets that makes the logo more complicated.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, just an egg with the 4 elements.
It's
okay, cool.
harder to print it too if you want to have it be like a like on clothing or something. And just
eventually, but not. I mean, at this point, just a heart with the egg is actually good enough.
It's like
I was working on this on Canva, and there was this like there was this crazy 3D one on. I was like, whoa.
So the reason why is we have to be careful. It's not a maze, because a maze can confuse you, but a labyrinth doesn't.
Okay.
There's major distinction. Yeah.
That's why I was asking. Okay, so I'm just going to use a heart for now, just for brevity.
Right.
Okay,
Exactly.
perfect.
right.
Yeah, we only eat maize, okay? We don't go through mazes.
Yeah.
And we are only amazed.
Oh yes.
Not
Amazed.
amazed.
It's funny because in Sanskrit, when you put ah in front of anything, it makes it like not that. Like you say not that. So when you say ah maze, you're not mazing.
Or you're not lost in the maze.
You're not lost in the maze.
You can't be not lost in the maze because you're amazed.
So amen is like like not men.
Oh snap!
They've been secretly getting us.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's a good one. All right, guys. All right. Have an awesome week. May your dreams be full of labyrinths.
Yes.
And hearts.
Together soon. I'll see you guys in person soon, very soon.
Yeah,
guys.
see you in person. And
Alright.
we'll see you virtually again soon, Jackie.
Yeah, in person soon enough. Soon enough.
Soon enough.
Yeah. All right.
And
bye,
keep
everybody.
dreaming about this. We're gonna have such an awesome time this Saturday. So
Yes.
Yeah.
thank you, Jackie.
I'll see
Also,
you.
keep dreaming with us.
I'll see you guys in the astral plane.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.